Yo, guys, what's going on? It's Ash, and I guess I'll just do a post match review. I am very annoyed about this game. Nothing about this I was happy or enjoyed. We got absolutely slapped up. Both teams, I say we got slapped up. Both teams had no ambition to want to go out and win the game. Everyone was scared to push the ball, to be clinical. I'll go through statistics here. Look, 0.2 basically is both of our XGs. Absolute shocking. There was one goal, and it's from Nick Voltemada. So as you can see, look at the time. 46 minutes when he scored that own goal. That was just after the half. We swapped sides. They crossed the ball in. Voltemada did a header. I am 99% sure he was convinced we were still kicking that way because the header that he did was an attacking great header, and he scored against it. It definitely was not a defensive header, what I saw. It These things happen, but god damn it, man, another own goal. We'll go through the players, I guess, on what I thought. Dan Burn, yeah, I mean, he looked like he had a good start to the game. Obviously, he's one of the Geordie boys, so one of the two, Lewis Milin and Dan Burn. So obviously, he knows very much what this derby is about. I knew he was going to be very much on it. However, he went into a kind of a 50-50. I think it's more of a 60-40 tackle, to be honest, because I don't think who was it? McKaylee, flipping whatever the hell his bloody name is. I don't think that he was ever going to get to the ball. I'm pretty sure it was him that did it. And he slid in, got his knees up, went straight into Dan Burns' chest. I don't know, looked like he may have broke his ribs or something, to be honest. He tried to run it off, but you can tell he was in such discomfort. So he had to get subbed, which kind of brought on Fabian Schär. Didn't look too great, to be honest, the whole team. Fabian Schär did a shot, to be fair, later on in the game that could have potentially went everywhere, but it just felt like, as a derby game, both teams were kind of scared to attack the ball, to be able to push forward. They were both scared of whoever's going to make a mistake. But at the end of the day, it came down to an own goal. Probably this game was more likely, would have been fairer to be a 0-0. Eddie Howe's tactics, he started off the game, first 20 minutes, sat kind of a bit back just to allow Sunderland to just try and absorb the pressure, because obviously the fans were going to be proper up for it like they were, and Sunderland was going to try and push up and try and get near the goal. We basically prevented that, which I didn't mind, to be fair. And then at 25 minutes to 20 minutes to 25 minutes, Eddie Howe's obviously telling all the players to push up the field, and we started getting a bit more control of the ball, more control of the game. But we weren't really hitting it around with a lot of zip, to be honest. I think our wide players, Gordon and Alanga, didn't have the best games. They didn't look great. To be honest, I didn't actually think Livramento had his best games either in the black and white. Obviously, these all did the FA Cup. Quite a lot of these players were involved in the FA Cup derby game just coming up to 2 years ago. There was a slightly different atmosphere. Obviously, Sunderland was a bit is a different club now, especially with Granit Xhaka, who's, like I said, he was my slight worry because he is just an unbelievable player. Broby, I'll have a chat on him, because should he have been sent off? So in the first half, he got a yellow card because he was doing this, but to try and get a yellow card for tackle, which, bear in mind, he literally dove. It was kind of crazy. Like, even the commentators were like, what are you doing? So he got a yellow card for trying to tell a referee to give a yellow card for the foul. And then later on in the first half, he then had his studs up and went into the ankle of Lewis Miley, which on its own would be a yellow card. So should he have been sent off? Potentially. Did the ref more try and not give that as a yellow to get him sent off? Yeah, because he obviously wanted the derby to not be ruined, which it would have been if that happened. To be honest, I kind of wish he did at this point, because we ended up just bloody losing. So yeah, that was a bit frustrating. But Sandro Tonali came off for Joe Willock. I thought, if anything, it might have been Lewis Miley, but it was because Sandro Tonali was on a yellow card, so I presume that was the reason why he got brought off. Wissa came on, didn't really have much. So I'll swap this around. So I'll put that so you can just see the stats here. So as you can see, Wissa came on for a bit, 2 touches. He didn't manage to get involved in the game really at all. Tried to do a few crosses into the box, but they would have been better for Voltemada, to be honest. Jacob Murphy looked okay. Again, not that great. Same with Barnes. I think the whole team, no one really played well apart from Malichow. Malichow played well. Lewis Hall looked decent. Tonali looked good, to be fair, while he was on the pitch. But obviously he came off from the yellow card. And Bruno, of course. Bruno's always up for games like this because he is a Geordie. He's a Geordie lad with his kids, raising them up to be Geordies. But it's one of those games. Look, I'm not gonna sit around here and say we deserve to win because we most definitely didn't. I don't think either teams probably did. Sunderland looked more up for the occasion. They were going into more tackles. I think what we should have been doing was absorb the pressure in the first 20-25 minutes exactly how we did. But then we should have started playing around a bit more. We should have started just crossing the ball from side to side. It's like whether the ball's down here, just keep on bringing it across, just tire them out a bit and then start actually using some quality and bring it around because we weren't, there was not much quality. There was lack of movement sometimes. But it is what it is. Look, it's a derby game. On to the next one. I thought we were going to do a lot better, to be honest, than what we did. So it is what it is. And here, I'll just quickly show the standings. We're still 12th. Nothing's changed to do with that at the moment. We've obviously got Chelsea at home next. So that's going to be an interesting fixture. But yeah, our shocking record against Sunderland continues in the Premier League, that is. My God. It is what it is. I'm sure we'll do better at St James's Park. As you can see, the attacking map, we were going down the right side quite a lot with Alanga. And as you can see, this is sort of the passing map, mainly in our part of the pitch. We didn't look great, like I said. I don't know, we let the occasion get to us, which was surprising because I thought out of both teams, the team that actually had the most experience in this type of derby is actually us because we played them in the FA Cup at the Stadium of Shite as well. But it is what it is. Of course, like they had Ballard was the only person in their starting lineup that was in the last derby. They brought on Hume, which was another person who was in the last derby. So, yeah, other than that, shocking game. On to the next one and hope we get this fixed because we did not look great today, if I'm going to be honest. But either way, guys, I hope you have a good Christmas and I will see you very soon.